fiscal policy. There are two types of fiscal policy. There's non-discretionary and discretionary, and that would include expansionary policy and contractionary policy. Expansionary policy is used to get the economy back to equilibrium if we've fallen into a recession. So two forms of expansionary policy would be to cut taxes and to increase government spending. And that is shown in this graph here. This would be our original point in the economy, and we're not quite at the long run aggregate supply where we need to be, and so the government or Congress is going to either increase government spending or decrease taxes to get the aggregate demand to increase to bump the economy up to there. And then the other form of non-discretionary policy would be contractionary, and that would be if our economy is suffering from really bad inflation or something like that. Our Congress would decrease government spending or increase taxes to get the aggregate demand from up here to down here, and this would be called the inflationary gap, and this would be the contractionary gap. Now we're going to talk about game theory and how it is used in our economy, especially by oligopolists. Oligopolies will use game theory to determine what the other companies in the industry are going to do. Game theory is used frequently to try to get the most money that you can while also thinking of the other guy, because that's really important in an oligopoly. And so game theory is when you have base your actions on what you think your competitors are going to be doing in that market. Here we have the example of company A and company B. They're two firms in an oligopoly and they're producing the same thing, and they have to figure out what to make the price depending on what the other company is doing. Here we're going to focus on what company A is going to do in regards to company B. And so company A has been able to figure out that if they chart, they can either get a $15 profit if they go with a lower price, if company B also does a low price. And then if company B does a high price, then they're going to get a $10 profit, which is going to be even less. And then if you look over at the high, you can see that they would make a lot more money regardless of what company B does. And so this is what you would call company A's dominant strategy. And so that's what they're going to end up picking because they want to make the most money. And then company B also has a dominant strategy of going with the higher option, because regardless of what company A does, they're going to make more profit this way. And so that's why they're going to pick it. And that's pretty much it. Nothing's gonna ever keep you down. You're the best around. And nothing's gonna